Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today we're going to make this adorable Easter greeting card. It says, "May all your chocolate be solid." I think that's a great Easter greeting. All right, let's talk about some of the products on this card. And the first thing I want to talk about is this beautiful pattern paper. It is available for free during celebration when you purchase $50. Celebration ends in just a few days. We're in the final days here. It is a 12 by 12 paper. I can't get it all in the camera here, but I can show you how beautiful the patterns are. Okay, so you get 2 sheets of each design for free. I love it. As you can see, it's got this beautiful hot air balloon motif. But as you can also see from my card, it's much more versatile than the theme. I love the patterns with the clouds and the polka dots and the basket weave. There's some beautiful matte pattern here. These wavy stripes. This can be used for masculine cards, and as you can see, spring cards. It doesn't have to be hot air balloon, and I got mine for free with a $50 purchase. Stampin' Up! Just added 7 new celebration items. So if you have a wish list, you should take a look now during celebration. It's the best time to purchase Stampin' Up! Products. It's also the best time to join my team. The starter kit is $99. You get $125 in product, and you can choose any 2 stamp sets you want in addition to that phenomenal value. Now, the stamp set that I used on this card, just in case it's something that interests you as an additional item for your starter kit, is the basket bunch from Stampin' Up! This is available in the Occasions catalog. And when I got Basket Bunch, I bundled it with the Basket Builder framelits. You save 10%. Not quite as huge a bargain as the kit with the additional free stamp sets, but a good deal when you bundle. I also used the Stitched Shapes framelits, and you can see that beautiful little stitch detail around my circle medallion. Love that. And the Stitched Shapes play nicely with the layering circles. That's the scallop circle here on the card. I have a little peekaboo peach rushed ribbon, and if you look, you can see I've got this bitty little paper clip, and these are available from the 2017 Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog. I tied my ribbon to the paper clip and clipped it to the medallion. It's a cute little detail. Okay, let's see here. I've got some inks for you. On this card, I used Early Espresso, and I stamped the Early Espresso on the chocolate chip, and I think it gave the bunny a little bit more definition, but "May all your chocolate be solid" means that he is all brown, right? So espresso on chocolate chip. I've got some Daffodil Delight, and my sentiment is chocolate chip. You could probably use the espresso, but that's what I did. I have marker, Stampin' marker for my many marvelous markers. This is soft suede. And I think that'll do it for the products. Now we can talk about the supplies here. Oh, you know what? One other thing before I get into the paper supplies you'll need for this card. I wanted to show you the paper and ink sketches are a regular feature at Kitchen Table Stamper. This card is Paper and Ink Sketches number 4. So if you're looking for inspiration, you should definitely bookmark my site, KitchenTableStamper.com. And every month I introduce a new sketch and a couple of ideas with that sketch. If you're an email subscriber at KitchenTableStamper.com, you'll on occasion get even more ideas with the sketch of the month in the form of free tutorials that go out to my subscribers only. Okay, so my card base is Peekaboo Peach, and it is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I have 2 pieces of the Carried Away Designer Series paper that I got for free with Celebration, and these are 4 by 3. And then I have some scraps of Daffodil Delight, and it's just for that little bunny, so you know, an inch by 1.5 inches will do for you for the Peep Bunny. I have some scraps for the Easter eggs. This is Watermelon Wonder. This is Mint Macaroon, and this is Peekaboo Peach. I already cut one of the baskets pieces from crumb cake, but I've got another scrap to do the solid basket and the handle. This is chocolate chip for my little bunny. I have some ruched ribbon. This is about 4.5 inches to go across the front of the card, maybe 5, and then we only need another length for the bow. I've got a Whisper white circle. We started with 3x3 for these. They're the biggest stitched circle and the biggest scallop circle from those die sets I showed you earlier. All right, let's get started here. And the first thing that I want to do is take my snail adhesive, and I want to make these 2 panels 1. And this is where grid paper is going to come in really handy, because we need this to measure 5.25 inches, and we want it to be square all around. So what I'm going to do is take my snail adhesive, and I'm going to add a line of adhesive right across the upper edge of the Watermelon Wonder basket weave. And I'm going to bring that down to the very bottom of my grid paper, and I've got it lined up across the bottom and against the 3-inch line. Then I'm going to take my cloud paper, and I'm going to bring that against the 3-inch line and across the 5.25 line and make sure that that's nice and square. Then I'll adhere them down. And I've got a panel that will fit perfectly within 1/8 of an inch border all around my card base. See? All right, then back to my snail adhesive again. And I'm going to add a strip along the sides and take this little piece of ruched ribbon and add that along the bottom edge of my cloud paper. So there it is. At this point, we can go ahead and adhere this layer to the card. A little bit more snail adhesive. You know, I can operate adhesive perfectly well when I'm not on camera. Okay, now centered top to bottom and left to right. There we go, it's shaping up, isn't it? All right. Okay, let's do our stamping. I've got May All Your Chocolate Be Solid, and I'm going to stamp that at the very bottom of my stitched circle. And then I've got my little Pete Bunny. Stamp that one. Delightful Daffodil. Daffodil Delight. I don't remember which order that goes in. And it's on the same color cardstock. And then the bunny is Early Espresso on chocolate chip. And then we'll die cut them. Let me get the big shot. We can run lots of dies at one time. I love that. So we're gonna get the crumb cake, and we're gonna cut the bottom of the basket and the handle. There's another die in this set that does this pretty basket weave piece. I've already cut that ahead of time. And then I've got an egg die that cuts a little open pattern. And then I've got a solid egg. We'll cut the Peekaboo Peach. And then let's get our little bunny. Put him up there. And our peep. I'm going to run these through, and then I'm going to run the eggs through again on the watermelon and on the mint, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from die cutting, and I've got all my little bits here. Let's assemble this card, shall we? Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, with a little bit of snail adhesive, I want to adhere this Whisper White circle to my Watermelon Wonder scallop circle. And then I have my little basket here with the details cut out. I inked that just a little bit with some crumb cake. Now I'm going to adhere it to the solid basket. I've got the multi-purpose liquid glue here. There we go. Dye cuts all the little details out of the basket, and then when you layer it up you get this great dimension and texture. Now I'm going to add a dab of glue to the bottom of each of the basket handles. And actually I had a little bit on the mat that I cleaned up with the side of, or the edge of the basket handle. Now I'm going to add the handle to the back of my basket. I like that the dies allow you to have a handle or not have a handle. We all have plenty of baskets that are not handled baskets. So the versatility again, Stampin' Up! Designers are always thinking. Okay, then the same thing with these little eggs, just like we did with the basket. I've got these little decorative pieces that I'm going to adhere to the solids with the tiniest bit of multi-purpose glue. Okay, all my little eggs have their detail now, and let's assemble the basket. I wanted my little peep to stand up above the rest of the contents of the basket. So we're going to take the bunny and add some eyes. I've got the soft suede marker, and peeps have little tiny chocolate eyes. So we want to make that realistic. And then a dab of multi-purpose glue on the bottom of bunny. And we'll tuck bunny into the basket off center. Now we're going to add our dimensional adhesive. And here we're going to have to cut some of this down to size because that handle needs to be bumped up. Okay, so you can see that I've got one layer of dimensionals across the back of the basket. And I'm going to expose the adhesive on these top ones right here. So all the areas that might touch these little eggs. Then we're going to flip to the front and arrange our eggs behind our peep. So I got the little peekaboo peach one, and watermelon wonder, and then my little mint macaroon egg. Now once they're on there, we can add some liquid adhesive to the back of the eggs. And pick up the adhesive below the eggs. Now we want to leave this one for just a minute, and I'll show you why. We're going to adhere these guys above our sentiment, just a little bit to the right, because we're going to get Bunny in here. And she needs a little space on the left. I'm going to add a dimensional behind her tail and a tiny bit of liquid adhesive on her toe and her nose. I love to play with different dimensions, up and down layers. And so the nose and the toes are on the basket that's already lifted with dimensionals, but the tail's hanging off, so it needs a little support. Okay, there's our basket. Now let me show you why we kept the handle free, the dimensionals not exposed, because what we're going to do is we're going to bump up this circle also. I'm just using the very ends of this. I think this dimensional sheet is all used up. I don't waste a bit. All right, let me get a new one. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut a little strip along the edge here, because we want to peel the dimensional release on that one and make this one double, because our dimensional is bumped up one, our medallion is bumped up one, so our handle needs to be bumped up 1 + 1. Okay, Now before we peel and stick, I want to show you this fun embellishment. So I talked to you before about these little mini paper clip combo pack. You can get this from the Occasions catalog. It has white, silver, and gold, and we're going to use a little white one. And then I showed you my Peekaboo Peach rushed ribbon. What I want to do here is tie a little bow on this clip. So I've got the ribbon on the spool still. I'm going to slide through. And here's the thing. You don't want to tie this ribbon to the paper clip. It'll get very bulky. You just want to push up and loop. So see, we're still in that paper clip. And then you want to bring the ribbon behind your index finger over the loop, and then connect fingertip to fingertip right here. So the paper clip is just hanging in there. We didn't tie the ribbon to it first. And when we pull our little bow, all we have in the way of bulk is this knot right here, the center securing knot. We don't have that first knot that you might be tempted to tie the ribbon to the paper clip. It just keeps everything a little bit more slim this way. Okay, we're gonna pull the tails and adjust the loops. When you got it the size and shape that you like, cut off the excess. See how cute that little embellishment is? Okay, we're gonna roll it around because it moved while we were working to where it should be so that we can clip it to our circle. See that? How fun is that? All right, now we can peel the dimensionals and add any more if we need to. And then our double thick handle. And now we're gonna place it. Now press in place. Now if you're looking for information about Stampin' Up! Or Celebration, if you're interested in joining my Stampin' Up! Team while we're in celebration, pop on over to kitchentablestamper.com or email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. I'm happy to answer all your questions and serve you in any way I can with Stampin' Up! If you'd like the paper and ink sketch number 4 and the printable project sheet for this card, I'll put a link directly below in the description. Thanks for watching.